Ladies and gentlemen, time is the currency of life. Every moment that slips through your fingers is a moment you will never regain. For years, I've found myself caught in a cycle of busyness, but not effectiveness. I mistook movement for progress, and I called activity achievement. Until one day I had to face a hard truth. I wasn't losing because I lacked potential. I was losing because I was wasting time. You see, wasted time is more dangerous than lost money. Money can be regained, but time, once gone, is gone forever. The difference between those who rise to greatness and those who remain in mediocrity is not talent, not background, not even opportunity. It is how they use time. I had to stop and ask myself, what was stealing my time? Was it distractions, fear, excuses, procrastination? Then I realized something even more shocking. The greatest thief of time is not always external. It is internal. It is the mind that rationalizes delay, the heart that entertains laziness, and the hands that never commit to real work. So I made a decision. I would stop being busy and start being productive. I would stop running in circles and start walking in purpose. And everything changed. I stopped wasting time on things that didn't matter and started investing time in things that did. I stopped saying, I'll do it later, and started saying, I'll do it now. I stopped letting fear of failure paralyze me and started letting faith propel me. And then I began to win. Winning is not a matter of luck. Winning is the result of disciplined time management. It is the child of focus and the product of consistency. Those who win in life are those who have mastered the art of prioritization. If you want to start winning, stop giving your time to what weakens you. Stop entertaining conversations that drain you. Stop engaging in habits that limit you. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Start now. Start where you are. Start with what you have. But start. The clock is ticking, and the future belongs to those who refuse to waste another second. So I ask you today, how much longer will you watch others succeed while you stand still? How much longer will you delay your own greatness? This is your time. Seize it. Maximize it. Win. Time is the most valuable currency. Unlike money, time lost can never be regained. Success depends on how we use our time. The greatest thief of time is internal. Fear, excuses, procrastination, and distractions rob us of progress more than external factors. Being busy is not the same as being productive. Many people mistake movement for progress. But real success comes from purposeful action. Winning requires disciplined time management. Success is not about luck, but about prioritization, consistency, and focus. Eliminate what weakens you. Stop wasting time on draining conversations, limiting habits, and waiting for perfect conditions. Start now with what you have. The key to winning is action. Stop delaying, take control of your time, and move towards success immediately. Time is the most valuable currency in life because unlike money, once it's gone forever. People often think of time as something plentiful, believing they can catch up on it later. But the reality is that time is finite. Every second that passes is a second you can never reclaim. We can lose money and earn it back, but no amount of effort can bring back lost time. This makes time a far more precious resource than anything else we have. For many, time is something we take for granted. We believe we have all the time in the world to accomplish everything we want, yet every day hours are spent on activities that don't contribute to our growth, success, or purpose. We waste time on distractions, procrastination, and even comfort. We watch the clock ticking, unaware of how quickly it passes. But when we realize how precious time truly is, we begin to understand that each moment is an opportunity to shape our future. The challenge is that most people don't act like time is valuable. They treat it as if it's abundant, often caught up in doing things that are not essential to their progress. The truth is that time doesn't care about your plans or your intentions. It keeps moving forward, whether you're ready or not. This is why time becomes an even greater currency in the hands of those who understand its true worth. When you begin to respect time as a valuable commodity, it forces you to make choices. You stop wasting it and start using it intentionally. When you value time, you start to recognize the moments that matter. You realize that every hour you spend on something is an hour you're never getting back. This awareness shifts your mindset. You begin asking yourself if what you're doing right now is worth your time. Is it aligning with your goals? Is it moving you closer to your vision? These questions push you to be intentional about how you use your time. Those who understand the value of time don't allow themselves to be distracted by trivial matters. They don't waste time on meaningless conversations or mindless entertainment. They focus their energy on what matters most: personal growth, their purpose, and their passions. They prioritize tasks that lead them closer to their goals. Time becomes a tool, and they are its masters, not its victims. Ultimately, time is an investment. Every action you take today impacts your future. Every choice you make about how to spend your time determines what you will become. You can waste your time, or you can invest it wisely. You can spend your time complaining, procrastinating, or making excuses, or you can use it to create the life you want. Once you realize that time is the one resource you can never replace, you'll understand that every second counts. The greatest thief of time is not always something external. Often it is something within us. While we might blame distractions, work demands, or the world around us for our lack of progress, the truth is that the biggest obstacle to time management is often our own mindset. The way we think, the choices we make, and the habits we form can unknowingly steal the precious moments that could be better spent on meaningful tasks. Internal factors like fear, procrastination, and excuses play a massive role in the theft of our time. Fear, for example, paralyzes us. It prevents us from taking the actions we know are necessary. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, and even fear of success can keep us stuck in indecision. Every time we hesitate or delay, we're giving away precious time. The longer we wait for the perfect moment or ideal conditions, the more time we lose. And that moment never truly arrives. In reality, the perfect moment is now. It's a decision to act in spite of fear. Procrastination is another silent thief. It convinces us that there's always tomorrow, that we can always do it later. But later is a trick. The more we put things off, the more we build up a backlog of tasks that weigh on our mind and create unnecessary stress. Procrastination drains time in ways we don't even notice until it's too late. Every time we delay, we rob ourselves of the opportunity to make progress. As time continues to pass, we might look back and realize that we wasted weeks, months, or even years waiting for the right time to start. Excuses are another powerful thief. We are experts at justifying why something cannot be done. We convince ourselves that we don't have enough resources, that we lack experience, or that the timing isn't right. These excuses might seem valid in the moment, but they are the reason so many people never reach their potential. The truth is, excuses keep us from facing the reality of the situation. They are an escape from accountability and responsibility. Every excuse is a diversion, keeping us from using time in a way that leads to results. Distractions, though often seen as external, can also be internal. We can easily become distracted by our own thoughts, our self-doubt, or our constant urge to check our phones and social media. These distractions rob us of focus, and without focus, our time is scattered and wasted. A lack of direction or clarity in our purpose can cause us to drift aimlessly, giving time to things that won't serve us. Ultimately, the internal thieves of time are the ones we have the most control over. Recognizing and addressing these internal obstacles is the first step in reclaiming our time. Instead of letting fear, procrastination, and excuses rule our lives, we can choose to confront them, push through them, and take ownership of how we spend our time. Being busy is not the same as being productive. This is a critical distinction that many people fail to recognize, often confusing activity with progress. We live in a society that glorifies busyness, where running from one task to the next is seen as a badge of honor. However, being busy does not automatically equate to achieving meaningful results. Activity without purpose leads to exhaustion, frustration, and little to no progress. The concept of being busy often means engaging in numerous tasks that might appear productive on the surface, but lack alignment with our larger goals. People frequently find themselves caught up in tasks that are urgent but not important. These are the things that demand immediate attention, but don't truly contribute to long-term success. Responding to emails, attending meetings, or handling minor issues can consume hours of our day, leaving us feeling like we're accomplishing something when in reality we're just spinning our wheels. True productivity, on the other hand, requires focus, intentionality, and prioritization. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. Productivity is not measured by the number of tasks completed, but by the value and impact those tasks have. Being productive means focusing your time and energy on activities that are in direct alignment with your goals, values, and purpose. It's about having a clear sense of direction and making deliberate choices that move you forward. The difference between being busy and being productive comes down to how you manage your time. When you are busy, you may feel a sense of urgency, but if you're not mindful of your priorities, you're likely to waste time on things that don't contribute to your success. Productivity requires discipline and the ability to say no to distractions and unnecessary activities. It requires managing your attention and ensuring that your focus remains on the tasks that will lead to meaningful outcomes. This doesn't mean that every moment of your day has to be consumed with work or heavy tasks. Productivity also involves rest, reflection, and time for rejuvenation. But even in these moments, the choice to rest with purpose is a productive decision. A well-rested mind is far more effective than a fatigued one. In this sense, true productivity extends beyond just completing tasks. It's about using your time wisely, balancing work and rest, and aligning your efforts with your larger purpose. The danger of being busy is that it can provide a false sense of accomplishment. People who are busy might feel like they're achieving something because they're constantly occupied. But if the tasks they're involved in are not strategically advancing their goals, they are simply filling time. To make real progress, one must move beyond constant activity and move toward focused, purpose-driven work. Time is limited, and if we continue to mistake busyness for productivity, we miss out on the opportunities that come with working efficiently and intentionally. Winning is not a matter of luck. It is a direct result of disciplined time management. The path to success is paved with intentional actions. focus, and the ability to prioritize. Time is the ultimate resource, and how you manage it determines whether you will achieve your goals or remain stagnant. Too often, people attribute success to chance or favorable circumstances. But the truth is that successful individuals are those who take control of their time and use it wisely. Disciplined time management is the cornerstone of success. It's about being intentional with every minute and every hour. It's not just about filling your day with tasks, but about filling your day with meaningful and focused actions that contribute to your overall vision. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't lies in the way they structure their time. Successful people are not necessarily working harder than everyone else. They are working smarter by allocating their time to the things that matter most. Time management requires clarity and purpose. When you understand what truly matters to you and where you want to go, you can make conscious decisions about how to spend your time. If your goals are unclear or undefined, it becomes easy to get caught up in activities that don't move you closer to your destination. This is why having a clear vision of what you want to achieve is crucial. Once you have that vision, you can create a plan, break it down into actionable steps, and then allocate time to those steps with purpose. The more specific your plan is, the easier it becomes to manage your time effectively. One of the keys to disciplined time management is consistency. Time is an ongoing, non-negotiable resource. Every day that you allow to pass without making progress toward your goals is a day that cannot be reclaimed. Successful people understand this, which is why they commit to making the most of every day. They don't wait for the perfect opportunity, and they don't procrastinate. They take action every day, no matter how small the step. Over time, these consistent efforts add up, leading to significant progress and eventually to success. Time management also involves the ability to prioritize. Not every task is created equal, and not everything deserves your attention. The ability to identify and focus on high impact activities while letting go of distractions is a critical skill for success. This means learning to say no to things that don't align with your goals and being willing to make tough choices. When you master the art of prioritization, you ensure that your time is being spent on what will truly drive you towards success. Ultimately, disciplined time management is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It is the foundation upon which all success is built. By taking full control of your time, being consistent, and focusing on your priorities, you can eliminate the barriers that hold you back and create the life you desire. Time is the most precious resource you have, and the more disciplined you are in managing it, the more likely you are to win. Eliminating what weakens you is a crucial step in taking control of your time and ultimately achieving success. Many people spend valuable time on things that drain their energy, hinder their progress, or keep them from reaching their potential. These distractions, whether they are negative relationships, unproductive habits, or mindless activities, serve as barriers between you and your goals. To truly begin winning, you must recognize these weaknesses and make the deliberate choice to rid your life of them. The first step in this process is identifying what weakens you. Weaknesses come in many forms. They could be toxic relationships that suck the life out of you, habits that drain your focus, or activities that consume your time without contributing to your growth. These things may not always seem harmful in the moment, but over time they accumulate, robbing you of precious time and energy that could be better used elsewhere. For instance, spending hours on social media might feel like harmless entertainment, but when it becomes a regular habit, it can easily steal hours from your day, leaving you with little to show for it. Recognizing these energy-draining activities is essential to taking back control of your time. Next, you need to make conscious decisions about how to address these weaknesses. This often requires setting boundaries. It means learning to say no to people or activities that do not align with your purpose. It can be difficult, especially when you've grown accustomed to certain routines or relationships, but it's necessary for your personal growth. You must prioritize your well-being and success over comfort and familiarity. For example, if you know that watching television late into the night prevents you from getting enough sleep and affects your productivity the next day, you must choose to eliminate that habit. Replacing it with more productive activities such as reading or planning for the next day will yield greater long-term benefits. Letting go of toxic relationships is another powerful way to eliminate what weakens you. Surrounding yourself with people who support your goals and encourage your growth is essential. Negative people, those who criticize, discourage, or drain your energy can hold you back no matter how much potential you have. It's not always easy to distance yourself from such individuals, but maintaining your mental and emotional health is vital. By creating a circle of positive, motivated individuals, you foster an environment that is conducive to growth and success. Furthermore, eliminating weakness involves building self-discipline. It's about having the courage to let go of old habits or behaviors that keep you stuck. For example, if procrastination is a weakness that holds you back from accomplishing important tasks, you must take active steps to overcome it. This could involve setting clear deadlines, breaking tasks into manageable steps, or using time blocking techniques to create focus. Ultimately, eliminating what weakens you is an ongoing process. It requires self-awareness, the courage to make difficult changes, and the determination to stay on course. When you remove distractions, bad habits, and negative influences, you create the space and energy necessary for personal growth and success. The less you allow these weaknesses to take up your time, the more time and energy you have to invest in the things that will truly move you forward. By eliminating what weakens you, you open the door to a life of greater purpose and achievement. Starting now with what you have is one of the most powerful principles to embrace if you want to begin winning. Too often people delay their dreams and aspirations because they feel unprepared or lacking in some way. They wait for the perfect moment, the ideal conditions, or the necessary resources to fall into place before taking action. But here's the truth. There is no perfect moment, and waiting for everything to align perfectly often leads to inaction. The key to success is starting with what you have, where you are, and making progress one step at a time. One of the biggest mistakes people make is allowing perfectionism to paralyze them. They believe they need everything to be just right before they can begin, whether that means having the right tools, the perfect plan, or more knowledge. But in reality, waiting for perfection only leads to stagnation. The most successful people are those who have the courage to start, even when they don't have everything figured out. They understand that the act of starting, even imperfectly, is what propels them forward. Starting with what you have means using the resources and opportunities available to you right now. It could be your current skills, connections, knowledge, or even your passion. You don't need to wait for external circumstances to change. Instead, you can start making progress today with what you already possess. This requires shifting your mindset from one of lack to one of abundance. When you focus on what you already have, you open the door to creative solutions and innovative approaches that can move you forward, even with limited resources. Progress is built on action, not perfection. The idea of starting now encourages you to embrace the process of learning and growing as you go. You don't need to have all the answers up front. In fact, most people discover their true path and purpose by taking the first step, then adjusting and adapting as they gain experience. Action breeds clarity. The more you do, the more you learn. And the more you can refine your approach along the way. Waiting for everything to be perfect only delays your growth, while taking immediate action accelerates learning and brings opportunities to you. It's also important to remember that every successful journey is built on small steps. Many people are intimidated by the idea of big goals, thinking they need to accomplish everything at once. But success is rarely the result of a single grand gesture. It is the cumulative result of consistent, smaller actions taken every day. When you commit to starting now, you focus on the immediate next step, not the entire journey. You break your goals down into manageable tasks and prioritize immediate action. Over time, these small actions accumulate, and before you know it, you've made significant progress. Finally, starting with what you have is an empowering mindset. It frees you from the trap of waiting for the right time or external validation. It reminds you that you are capable of making progress regardless of your current situation. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you can create. And it removes the limits you've placed on yourself. The moment you take the first step, you've already overcome the biggest obstacle, the fear of starting. And that in itself is a victory. In conclusion, the journey from wasting time to winning is rooted in understanding the value of time and how we manage it. Time once lost can never be regained, and the decisions we make regarding how we spend it directly impact our success. Recognizing that the greatest thief of time often lies within ourselves through fear, procrastination, and excuses, forces us to take accountability for our choices. Being busy is not the same as being productive. And true success comes from focused action, not just constant movement. Success is built upon disciplined time management, consistent effort, and strategic prioritization. To win, we must eliminate what weakens us, whether that's toxic relationships, bad habits, or distractions, and make conscious choices to invest our time in what propels us forward. Ultimately, the most powerful step you can take is to start now with what you have. Waiting for the perfect moment only delays progress, while taking immediate action allows you to grow, adapt, and move toward your goals. The journey to success is not about perfection. It's about the courage to begin and the commitment to keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps may seem. By mastering time, eliminating distractions, prioritizing actions that matter, and starting with what we have, we create a future that reflects our intentional choice. Success is not a matter of luck, but of mastering how you use your time today. Start now and watch as your life begins to transform.